So once again, now on records, warm welcome. Today, Sunday, 1st of September. The last 3 months of this year are already there. Before we start, I would like to give you a short overview, especially for the new people here in this call, a little bit about our project. We actually started now around 10 weeks ago. 10 very exciting and very successful weeks. We grow very fast, we grow very good, but we grow organically. And that's very important for me to mention, that we are kind of different than a lot of other projects, on this market. When we started, or when we came up with the idea to really start this company, we had a lot of deep talks, a lot of conversations. What do we want to do? And it was pretty sure for all of us. What do I mean by that? We are a team of 5 founders. 4 of them are absolutely geniuses. And I exclude me there on purpose, because what do I mean by geniuses? These guys are doing what we present here since 5 years very successfully, but they do this for institutional investors. So means the technology we use here, this technology is not new. It's already used for large and big companies, for the big players in the market. They use this technology for a long time already. And this is also the reason why mostly these people gain upper hand in the industry we're working in. And we wanted from the beginning to provide something for a growing community where we give everyone the opportunity for very low entry points. And you will see that to also really can benefit on a long-term base from this, what we're offering here. Like I said, around 10 weeks now on the market, the existing community, and I know this because I speak to a lot of them on a daily basis, they are quite happy. Was everything always easy? No, definitely not. Because actually in the beginning, you have all these little things where you need to improve, where you need to work on. But in the end, we managed everything. We managed already that we got kind of attacked in this 2 times. So means good for us. The market is really getting aware of us. You know that? First of all, they laugh about you. We passed this already. Then they fight you. We are in the middle. And in the end, and I hope we will get there, I'm pretty sure they will admire you. But this is not only based on a project you provide. This is also based, and this is the most important part, on the community you have inside. And therefore, from my side, also for all the people involved in this project, from corporate side, really a big thank you to the existing community. Without you, we wouldn't be at the point where we are right now. And I say this, I mean this from the heart. You are the ones, because you're outside, you spread the words, you are the ones who really helped us to came to the point where we are right now. A big thank you. And now enough of words from the beginning for all the new ones. Let's jump into the presentation that you get, as I said, all necessary informations, that you have the facts. On these facts based, you can decide, do I want to know more? First of all, if yes, please get in touch with the person who invited you here. And then after getting all these informations, make a decision. And please, once again, I can't say this often enough. You only get informations and you decide just to join something when you feel good. And this is not only based on this project, this is based on everything in life. You need to have the good feeling. Where? In the gut. When it is there, take action. If not, absolutely fine. So let me get my presentation over there. Today we speak about SkainetSystems. And before we do that, a little disclaimer. Everything here is not a financial or investment advisory. It's just like I told you, giving you proper information about our project, that you really get a first impression of what we're doing here. And the first thing is Skynet. I already mentioned, Skynet is not a company. Skynet is just a labeled product. Skynet is a labeled product of a broker called Cermak LLC. This broker we funded with the solely purpose of inventing, or better, developing and now running high-frequency trading bots for our community. We are actually working in the Forex market. I don't want to go too deep into the Forex market, just short explanations. The Forex market, from the word itself, you could mean, okay, it's foreign exchange, is just currency trading against each other, US dollars, euros, pounds, and so on and so far. But the Forex market actually provides much, much more opportunities. Also, the trading with commodities, with metals and indices. And this is exactly what we're doing. Especially in our case, we are trading indices. Right now, we trade the US 30. It's a US-based stock index where the 30 biggest companies of the United States of America inside. But also here, a strategy, what you use right now in trading, because markets are always changing. And HFT is just based on a specific market situation. And due to these changing markets, it's always important that you don't stop to develop, that you always look further, that you act instead of reacting. And what our guys in the back are doing, they are right now next to the US 30, where we trade very successfully, that they already testing under live conditions other indices, like, for example, the German index, DAX, and also gold. Let's come back to the Forex market. The Forex market is still and will be, in my opinion, for a long time, the largest existing financial market on this planet. Why? Because we speak about a daily average trading volume of 7.5 trillion US dollars. And we all know in which times we're living right now. We're in the middle of a financial crisis. We're close to a depression, but still this market increased of 14% in the last 5 years, means from 2019 till now. So means there's a lot of money in the market. But unfortunately, in this I mentioned in the beginning, you have a few, and this is like always, who gain the most benefit out of it. And the masses are mostly the ones who are either just having success on the short term or mostly, unfortunately, losing on a long-term perspective. Why? Because we never got access to the best technologies. We don't have the manpower, and this is what we want to change. And the best existing technology at the moment in this market is high-frequency trading. First high-frequency trading came up and was developed by whom? By BlackRock. So the first HFT bot was developed by the biggest investment company on this planet. So what is HFT, high frequency trading? Many people kind of think, because we're in the middle of time of artificial intelligence and all these robotic things, a bot, in the end, this thing is just an algorithm. So it's an algorithm developed, created by whom? By experienced traders. And that's important. This is what we do. Our company is based on the knowledge of my partners, on people who are using this technology since 5 years, very successful for institutional investors. And now they opened up this field also for you, for our community. Some key facts to HFT. What does HFT do? HFT has an unbelievable speed. So means it can execute trades, identify really in the market situations and execute trades within seconds, sometimes even fragments of a second, means a blink of an eye. HFT used good means overwatched by traders, not let it run automatically by itself. It's very, very powerful. But in the end, I told you, it's just an algorithm. And an algorithm is just as good as, first of all, the person who created the algorithm. And second of all, that this person is always overwatching it and exactly knows when is the specific market situation coming where the bot can unleash his real power. What do you need for that? You need volatility in the market, means strong market movements, because speed only makes sense when the market is also very fast. So means you have very small price changes in between. What a human being, a human trader, no matter how good he is, can't use, because our reaction time is too slow. And here, the bot identifies these trends, goes inside, open and closes the trade very fast, minimize due to that the risk, the so-called drawdown, because a drawdown, the risk in trading is bigger the longer a trade is open. A drawdown mostly comes from what? Unexpected market movements. And the longer my trade is open, the higher is the possibility that this takes place. We have, in average, a duration of trade of 3 second. So what does HFT does? Due to the speed and due to this enormous amount of trades you can set at the same time, it boosts liquidity in the market, allows quick buying and selling of currencies or other things in Forex, like indices in our case, and it narrows all these spreads, reduces costs and fees, and this makes it very, very profitable. But on the other hand, it's also criticized. Why? Because this technology is very expensive. And it allows only large companies who can afford that on the long-term perspective to gain upper hand in trading. And our task, as I told you, was to really, really change that. To give you, means our community, the possibility for low entry points to also gain benefit with this existing technology. And this is what we did with these three products. You see, we have three different ones, starting from the T800, going over the T1000, within to the TX. I told you, HFT is very expensive. Normally, a bot functioning like that and being overwatched by experienced traders costs, when you buy it on the market, between 5,000 and 10,000 US dollars. We could sell it for that, absolutely no problem. But with this, we couldn't run our business model as we do, because our task was, and this was our vision, to really open this technology to nearly everyone for these low entry points. And therefore, we decided to offer this for very low annual subscriptions. You don't buy this bot. By this subscription, you just get the allowance to use this technology for 1 year. And it starts with $29.99 a year, goes over $49.99 up to $99.99. What happens after this year? When this expires, you always have the chance to extend that. So it's not that you're out then, you can extend whenever you want. Also, when you decide in the beginning to start with a lower amount, you always have the chance to top up by just paying the difference. So for example, you start with the T800 and decide after a couple of days, weeks, or even month, I would like to upgrade to the TX. You don't need to buy a new one. You just pay the difference, means you top up $70 from $29.99 up to $99.99. This opportunity given to you by us to enter this technology for this low subscriptions, but also took us a little bit of income away. I told you, we are responsible for the business. We are not only the traders, and by me, I mean my guys in the back. I'm the CMO of the company, means I'm the chief marketing officer and the face of the company. I'm the one who's presenting everything to the outside, but the most work are doing my partners in the back. And in this case, in this field, you earn as a broker / trader on what? On selling of the bot. This is one income stream. You have another income stream, and this is the spreads. And every single trade done, there is at the end the profit, in the best case. There can also be sometimes a loss, but in the best case, there's a profit. In between, there are little price difference between opening and closing the trade. And these little price difference, so-called spreads, is what the trader and also the liquidity provider in the back gets, means this is where they earn money on. There's a word, liquidity provider, I mentioned. Liquidity provider means you have a third party, and these are mostly banks, who are responsible for paying out the profits that we do on a daily basis. So means we, as brokers / traders, are not responsible for paying out the profits. For all of you who don't know where you want to go there, you have two ways of doing brokerage. Both of them, by the way, are completely legal. And both of them you can do in every country, even in the most regulated countries on this planet. For example, Germany, where I'm coming from, the Financial Authority of Germany, the BaFin, is regulated till the extent. But also they allow you to offer both ways of brokerage. Just without teaching you now everything till the end, that you get a little impression, what is the difference? A so-called A-book broker does what? He gets the money from his clients, in our case from the community, and forwards this money before it goes into trading into a depot of liquidity providers. From there, then we do trading, execute through them, and in the case profits are made, they pay out what is in, means your deposit, plus the profits on top. So means the money is not under our control. And that's very good. This is a big, big security for you. Why? And this we'll understand now. When you compare this to a B-book broker, a B-book broker keeps the money all the time with themselves. You never know. Tradings, I can show you everywhere. I can show you every single trade. But what you never know is actually have these trades taking place. How much of my money has been actually in the trades? And I think we have a lot of people here in this call, also in our community, who made, unfortunately, not that nice experience in the past. Why? Because for a certain period of time, everything runs properly, everything runs well. The deposits are increasing. You make profits, but there comes a special day, and we had one of these days 3 weeks ago, the so-called Black Monday, where billions of US dollars were liquidated on one day. And this is mostly the best case for a so-called B-book broker to tell the existing community, so sorry, we made a total loss. There's one little mistake in this sentence. It's not we made a total loss, it's you made a total loss. Because when I show you minus trades and all your money is, like you see it, gone, for you, yes, but the money never left the control of the broker. So it means in the end, your loss is their profit. And this is what we didn't want to do. So it means we involved a third party or more than one, because doing HFT with very, very good profits in an exponential growing system like ours, where we have referral marketing in the back, you need actually more than one liquidity provider, because otherwise they don't pay you at the end anymore. So therefore, we are partnered up with a platform, an institutional platform called 10. This is a platform where liquidity providers on the one hand and brokers on the other hand meet together and execute trades through a book. But also we need to pay that. It's not for free. Why do I tell you that? Because we also needed to find a way not only to satisfy our community, to really offer you this amazing technology for very low entry points, we also need to take care and be aware of that we as a company, and in the end, a company always works on profits, works on revenues, and also the liquidity providers in the back on a long-term base earn money, that both of these parties are also happy to run this business for a long term. And this is also what you want, guys. You want that we provide you a company that actually can stay on the market for a very, very long time. So here was the task to say, first of all, how do we earn long term? Also, we. It's not on selling the bot. I explained you this already, because we have these low subscriptions. Then what do we have? When you subscribe for the bot, means when you purchase your license, then you need to do a minimum deposit of $100. Means this is actually the money you put inside trading. This $100 or even more, because you can start with more, or you can always increase, means top up this deposit. This goes 100% into trading. Nothing is deducted from there. Zero, not a single penny. So your money paying into your broker account of Cermak LLC, because this is the responsible party of the whole business, works 100% for you. And now, and this is why I explained to you this in the beginning, this deposit is locked for 6 months. Why? Easy to explain. To really make sure, especially in the beginning, that also we and the liquidity providers can really calculate this business, knows, okay, we can run it profitably for a long time, we needed to assure that we have a certain amount of trading volume for a period of time from at least 6 months. So all these little spreads in HFT, they're just a couple of cents. Due to the special conditions we have with the liquidity providers, they're even less. So what did we do? We said, when the people now have the opportunity to go in, out, in, out, in, out every single day, it's very hard to calculate. So what did we do? We said, okay, the deposit, and only the deposit is locked for 6 months. And with this, we have this certain amount of trading volume. Let's say 3 million, 4 million, 5, 6, 7, no matter, just example numbers. But based on that, we can calculate for us and for the liquidity provider. Important here for you to understand the profits that you gain every single day. And by every single day, I mean Monday to Friday. Why? Because we trade Forex, and therefore we need open exchanges. And exchanges are open from Monday to Friday. Every single day, There you earn profits, and these profits are yours. Very important. You can do whatever you want with them. When you have, for example, 10 US dollars profits in total in your profit wallet, you can withdraw them. There is a fee of 1%. Withdraw, important to mention, every purchase you do, every withdrawal you do is based on USDT TRC20. We don't take any fiat currency in the back. When you have 50 US dollars in your profit, you also can use the compounding effect. And you know that's the best invention since mathematics is actually known. Compounding effect means by already money came out of profits, you can make more money out of it. And this we allow you at an amount of 50 US dollars. When you put this 50 US dollars back into your trading depot, then of course, this amount is not locked. Is always free. So means you put it in today and you decide tomorrow, I rather need that money for something else. Absolutely no problem. Take it out. But every money coming from the outside, everything that you put fresh inside, the initial deposit and all other deposits you put in later are locked from the moment you put them in for 180 days. So that you get a little impression what's possible with this technology. We tested this before we actually started to go live with it. 2 years on a private server, including also the liquidity providers and that, because they also needed to see, is the strategy really, really working? And in this period of testing, 2 years, 24 months, we made in average between 20 and 40% performance. Important to mention. This is just based on past performance on this testing period. This is no guarantee for future results. This is no capping. This is no promise that we do. Very important to understand. And also a lot of people ask me, Michael, 40% amazing. How much should I put inside there? Tell me something. Easy to answer. You only put something inside what you really can afford. What first of all doesn't hurt you when it's gone, because we speak about trading, guys. Trading, even if you minimize the risk by this technology, trading is risky. Everything in the financial sector is risky, and the highest risk you can have is the risk of total loss. Maybe you never heard this in kind of a webinar. Say, what is he doing there? He can't sell. Yes, really, I don't sell. I give you information, and I want you to be aware that every time when you would like to really build wealth, there's always a risk. There is always a risk, and the highest risk is the risk of a total loss. And this brings me back to the explanation. You only put inside what you can afford, what you don't need for a living, and what you don't take as a loan or borrow for someone, from someone or something else. So money that when it's away, you're not running around with a smile on your face and say, oh, thank you to the God, it's away. No, but what also doesn't really goes to your existence. Please really be aware of that. I know that high numbers always brings us to the point where kind of our normal way of thinking switches a little bit off, but please go into everything, do your own due diligence, really get yourself into a situation of building a financial mindset, because only then when you have that, you really have the opportunity on the long-term base to create wealth. And you also can create wealth with just $100. You know, it's better to start with low amounts than to wait till someone else from the outside comes to help you. This won't happen. I waited for a long time that someone from the government or somewhere come to me and said, Michael, you suffered a lot. Here is something. No, you're responsible for yourself. So you heard about these profits. Once again, just based on past performance. Much more important for me, for example, is what is actually happening since these strategies are live. And you see this here on the right side. We have a little image based in this laptop here. And what you see there is our MyFX book. This means we have for all of our 3 strategies an own MyFX book account. What we are doing is we do copy trading, proper copy trading. We have 3 masters, T800, T1000, and TX. With them we trade. And from there, we copy by a software all these results, all these profits down to every so-called slave account of our members. And we actually hit it today, 10,000 members. So means we trade on 3 accounts, and this is copied on 10,000 accounts in our community, and this community is still growing. Why do we have 3 different strategies? I didn't mention that. All these strategies are trading with the same. They all trade US 30. The only difference is the risk profile. So means, I told you this already, trading is risky. And the more trades you do on a day, the higher is your risk. Of course, also, you can gain on a long-term base more profits. You have a better performance, but the risk is higher. So when you want to avoid the risk as much as possible, I would advise you to go to the T800. Why? Because the amount of trades during a day is the lowest there. The less trades you do, the lower your risk, but also the lower on a long-term base your performance. And please also there, check it. Go on myfxbook.com/members/SkainetSystems, and you will find everything, every single trade. You can analyze what we made from the beginning till now. Let me come back to these profits that we made. All the profits you get on a daily basis from Monday to Friday are divided into 2 equal parts. So they say, well, why do you divide? First of all, this is nothing uncommon in the industry. When you meet a good trader, most of them don't want to have any single penny from you upfront. They don't let you pay for their doing for their service. What they say is, listen, I do this for free, but in the case I gain profits for you, X percentage of that is for me. This is called performance fee. We don't take a performance fee for our community, for our company. We give everything back into the community. But I told you already, we are growing through referral marketing. Means someone else, and this is the reason why you're on this webinar today, someone else invited you here and said, please get yourself this information. And for that, for our community helping us to grow, we want to reward them. How do we do this? On a daily basis, we generate profits from Monday to Friday, and 50% of these daily made profits are staying with the member in your own profit wallet, and 50% is going into the community. Let me give you numbers. For example, there's a profit of $100 today. Michael, I made $100 a day profit. $50 stays with me, and the other $50 will be designated to the whole community into a compensation plan, what I will explain you at the end of this presentation. And in the beginning, I mentioned already that we had long conversations and we wanted to do something different, something that hasn't been really existing so far. And this means to open a company, to run a company like we do, but completely 100% transparent. 100%, I need to be a little bit more precise. Also, we have some confidential things, and that's normal. But we provide the best transparency what you can give. First of all, you saw we have the own MyFXbook account. And second of all, and this is much more important, you actually can see live every single trade that's ongoing with your own login to MetaTrader 5. MetaTrader 5 is a software which shows you live trading going on. In our case, because mostly we trade in the opening session of the New York Stock Exchange, in this time, please open, if you're an existing member, your MetaTrader 5 and really see live, mostly within 2 to 3 minutes, what's happening with your money. Why 2 to 3 minutes? Because of the speed of HFT, our trading day is mostly 2 to 3 minutes. And in this time, we make up to 30 trades. And then it's done. And this also minimizes the risk. A little bit more information to MetaTrader 5. Like I told you, it's a live trading software. It's a multi-platform. You can either use it on your phone by downloading the application on Google Play Store or App Store, or you can use the desktop application. MetaTrader 5 is the newest model of the company MetaQuotes. You may know all the former softwares they had, for example, MetaTrader 4. And unfortunately, with this software, they got kind of a little bit issues in 2021 with the Financial Authority of the United States, with the SEC. Why? Because a lot of US citizens lost a lot of money, not due to them, due to not that nicely working brokers/traders. What was the issue? They allowed so-called sub-licenses. So for example, I don't have a brokerage, I don't have a license, but I can easily use another broker, get a sub-license from them. I'm not partnered up directly with MetaQuotes, use their service. And unfortunately, I can also, due to a button called dealer plugin, kind of little bit put the trades into the direction I want to have them. So means show them differently. But therefore, MetaQuotes needed to change something. And this means, first of all, you need a full license with themselves. There is no more sub-license, no more called these white labels or whatever. You need to go to them directly and tell them, listen, I'm a broker. I would like to partner up with you. I want to use your software. Then they don't tell you, oh, no problem. Pay with us and you get it. No, what they do, they actually really run a test on you, a so-called audit. They check the whole company. They check the system. They check all the responsible people involved in this company. Are they experienced? Do they have the knowledge? Have they ever been involved in any fraud, scam, or something else? They do a complete background check on the people, on the complete system, on all the license existing. And then, and this took us 6 months afterwards, you get finally the approval. So means this is also a quality seal for you, because they did a very deep due diligence on us. They checked nearly everything, not nearly, they checked everything. And after this check, after 6 months, we got the approval, and now we can offer every one of you their own MT5 login, their own MT5 software. And there also you see that we do copy trading. We don't pool the whole money of our community. No, every one of you has an own account on Cermak LLC, and everyone sees his own account on MetaTrader 5. And from there, we do the copy trading. I mean, all of these information, first of all, I know it is a much. Some of you sit there and say, what? I can't follow you anymore. I know a lot of information. Therefore, it's important to really reach out to the person who invited you there and do this in the lower speed, go through all the questions you still have. And second of all, when you're not 100% sure, you just do what? Just download the demo bot for 14 days on our webpage. You have zero risk, zero cost. You can set up this thing within seconds, and you can put any imaginary amount inside what you want to see there and check 14 days what would have happened to my invested money if it was real. After these 14 days, this access expires, and latest then you should make a decision. Is this something I want to go for or not? This is the product. Very easy, because you don't need any knowledge in trading. This is made by a very good technology, by very experienced traders who are watching it. Once again, I told you that a bot itself, a bot on its own, running uncontrolled, will on a long-term base cause messes. Here you have the traders sitting there who knows when to start and when to stop the bot, and also not hoping that what's working today will work in the future as well, because we know that markets are changing. No, who are always developing further, who are always a step ahead, and who are always act instead of reacting. But right now, really also testing other strategies that we can easily switch when markets are changing to different strategies. And the next thing is, and I mentioned this already a couple of times, is that on top of gaining profits for the community every single day, we have a so-called profit share, where we also reward people who helps us to grow this company. And we do this with 3 different income streams. The first income stream is a so-called direct bonus. And this bonus is paid on the annual subscription on the bot. So you remember, from $29.99 up to $99.99, we take, normally this is 100% income for the company. What we do here, we say, okay, 15% of this we pay as a direct bonus, as a one-time commission to someone who actually promotes the business. The requirement for you to get this 15% is just you need to be signed up. You don't need to have your own license. You don't need to have a deposit inside. You just need to be signed up. This is especially an offer for people who said, I would love to do this business, but even $129.99 as the lowest entry point is too much for me. What can I do to join? Instead of going somewhere, borrowing money, taking a loan or something else, just put effort inside, just work. Bring other people, help other people to get this information. For example, come to me, give me the information. When I decide, me, Michael, whoa, amazing, I would love to join. I purchase the license for $99.99. Instantly, you earn 15% on that. One-time commission just for your direct referrals. And when I decide next year to extend the license, you get the same again. And everything else in this compensation plan is just based on profits. We have a real economic cycle behind. Maybe some of you had already experienced in business models like that, where in the end, you got paid on bringing people on board, on the money they pay there, so-called packages. So for example, I pay a package of, let's say, $2,000, $2,500 somewhere, and from that, X percentages are deducted to pay the network. We don't do that. I told you this already. 100% of what you pay in goes 100% also into trading for you. And this is the only fair way of growing and building a long-term business. Then in the end, if we gain profits on a day, and there was not a single day since 10 weeks when we was trading where we had a loss, in summary a loss, did we had minus trades in between? Of course. And that's normal. That's live trading. But at the end of the day, there was always a plus. And only when this happens, then also commissions are paid. And this is paid in this team bonus. And you see in this team bonus, we have 10 different levels of percentages. Everyone who purchased the license and paid the minimum deposit of $100 is automatically in level 1, means eligible for 10% commission on profits. Let me give you here this example again. We had this already. When now me, Michael, I make $100 profits a day. 50% is for me, stays with me, will be every single evening booked into my profit wallet. Why? Because we make this profit share. You have in your MetaTrader 5 your profits on a day, and in the evening, these profits are taken out of MetaTrader 5 and divided equally. 50% profit wallet for the users, 50% compensation plan. So what do you get now here? When I would be your referral, these 50% what goes here, you get 10% of that. But from what do you get the 10%? The calculation base here is the total profit I made. I made $100, and in this case, when you're on level 1, you get $10 out of it. Would you be in level 2? You would get $15. Why? Because then you get 15%. What do you need to do to level up? You need to create team turnover with your whole team. And what is team turnover? In this case, new deposits. Your team, very important here, is infinite. Infinite means there is no capping. No capping in the width of your team, no capping in the depth of your team. Everything what comes through your initial beginning counts for you and pays off for you. There is no time limit, no qualification period, no falling back, no nothing. Once reached, you leveled up. The first level, like I said, $5,000, level 2. Then the next milestone, $25,000 in total deposits in your whole team, 20%. And this goes up to the last level, level 10, where you need to create in total 10 million US dollars with your whole team to be then in the 50% commission on profits level. But we need to a little bit divide this here. There is a difference between your your direct referrals, means your first liners, and their existing network down there. Let's fill this with numbers. When you, for example, would be here, person A, and you would be in level 10. Level 10 means you get 50% commission on profits. This is me, Michael. I'm in level 6 here in this example. So when I make again my $100, I get $50 of it. What do you get? The percentage based on your level. In this case, 50%. So means you get the rest, $50. Would you be, for example, in level 7, you would get 40% of it, means in the end, $40. And this is with all your direct partners, always the full percentage according to your level. When we look down now to here, the existing network of your direct partners, there the calculation is a little bit different. Why? Because I also have a level. I get 35% commission on profits from what's happening under me. You get 50% on what's happening under you. And this is called a compression, a bonus differential system. It's a unilevel plan where I need to see, okay, what is the difference between my level and the level of my direct partner? In this case, 15%. Let's fill this with numbers that you get a feeling for that. Level 6, because profits are coming from what? Profits are coming from deposits that are made in your team. Deposits, when someone is in level 6, needs to be at least minimum $250,000. It can be also more because the next step is 500,000. So it means we have a gap here. We are somewhere in between 250 and $500,000. So when we say now, and please, this is just an example, we will take now the TX and say in average, at the moment it's a little bit less, but easy to calculate is we say at the average in the TX, we make 2% before the profit share. 2% of $250,000 means in this whole network here is on a daily base $5,000 profits. What do you get now? From these $5,000 profits, you get 15% is $750. The next first liner, unfortunately, cuts you a little bit percentages off. Why? Because this first liner is in a higher level. He gets 40%. So the difference between you and him or her is just 10%. But what needs to be here on deposits in this first liner? At minimum, at least 500,000. Because without that, you wouldn't be in level 7. Somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million. Also here, we take as a calculation base the 500,000, say 10%, 2% profits that we make on a day. Example, please, once again, 2% on 500,000 is $10,000. From this $10,000, you get 10%, means $1,000. The last first liner in this example you have even cuts you more percentages off. You only have a difference of 5%. But for level 8, there needs to be at least 1 million deposits who goes into trading. From 1 million, 2% would be $20,000 a day profits generated here. And you get from these $20,000 profits, 5% is another 1,000. So in this example, it would be $2,750 that you would earn on this day. And let's say we just have 1% a day before profit share. It's still $1,375 on a day. So now comes something interesting. Do you get this tomorrow again? Yes, because tomorrow is trading. The day after? Yes. The day after that? Yes. Next week? Yes. And this is something called a residual income. What you know mostly when you speak about referral marketing, especially nowadays, people who are earning based on these packages they sell to someone else, they always need to have fresh people coming from the inside because there's no economic cycle. They always get paid on someone who's paying money into a company. Here, it's completely different. Here, it's based on profits. And this is residual because these profits are coming back even if your team is not growing every single day from Monday to Friday. And next week again. And this makes it also sustainable. Why? Because if there is, let's say, worst case scenario, no profits for a day, for 2, for 3, once again, it's possible that this can happen. It's live trading. You can never predict that. Would we need to pay commissions in this case? No. Would we risk the company in this case? No. This is very important to mention. We are not depending on fresh money from the inside. Don't get me wrong. Of course, we also want to have a growth in the company, but we don't need this high-based momentum growth where millions of dollars are coming in at the same time. This is actually also not healthy because the faster you grow, the faster you also go down again because the momentum can change very, very fast. Grow organically, grow slowly, have a real economic cycle, pay the people based on profits that you make. It's sustainable for the company, and it's also residual for every single member inside. And on top, we have a partner program. This partner program is not counted in levels, it's counted in ranks. The requirement, the first you see, is the same. the team turnover, starting from rank 2, $5,000, going to rank 10, $10 million. The only difference here is in the levels, we don't have any rule included. Here is a rule, a so-called 50% rule. What does that mean? 50% rule means when you want to rank up to the next rank, let's say you're at the moment in rank 5, you want to rank up to rank 6. For rank 6, you need $250,000. Just 50% of the amount needed, in this case, $250,000, is allowed to come from your strongest leg. So when your strongest leg, for example, has 1 million already, just 125,000 is counted for ranking up to rank 6. Always half of what's needed for the rank you want to achieve. The next requirement is that time after time to rank up, you need to increase your personal deposit. Remember, the minimum deposit is $100, and you always can increase that if you want. You can increase then when you want to rank up to 300, 500, and so on and so forth. Important to mention, your income is based on that, your daily income. Has nothing to do with these ranks. So means even if you stay with your personal deposit on $100, you have the chance to really earn on a long-term basis good residual incomes. Why should you increase now your personal deposits? First of all, when you believe in the system, when you refer it, and this is the way I think, without me believing in something, without me using something for myself, I could never recommend this to anyone else. Then I would just sell it. And sell means my only driven point is money. And money should never be the point where you do something. Money should just be a consequence, especially in this market here. Help other people, give them information, help them to grow, help them to become more wealthy, to become more successful. The more they are successful, the more you get successful. Not only thinking about yourself, think more and serve your community, help them, and on a long-term base, you will have the best benefit out of it. So why should you increase your personal deposit? Because you believe in your own product. Even if you don't do that now, because you say maybe for these bonuses, I don't need it, I would advise you latest when you have the 10 million US dollars under this 50% rule inside. So means you can rank up to rank 10, latest then you should increase your personal deposit to 50,000. Why? Because this unlocks the last income stream. And this is a pool bonus. In this pool, we pay 5% of the daily profits from the whole company. So means when we now make, for example, $1 million profits in the whole company, 5% of this means in this case, 50,000 US dollars are allocated to this pool. And then this pool is divided equally among all rank 10 achievers. In this case here, we have 3 of them in this example. So means $50,000 is shared equally in between 3 different persons. Means every single person here, and also this is daily from Monday to Friday, earns on top 16,666. The more people inside this pool, with the more people you need to share. But the more people inside this pool means also what? The 5% always stays 5%. But the amount, the total amount of US dollars will always be increased. Why? Because the profits are coming from what? From deposits. The more deposits we have inside, it's a difference if I take 5% from, or 2% trading, daily trading volume, profits. If I take them from 10 million US dollars deposits or 100 million US dollars deposits, the more US dollars inside, the more people are in rank 10, the higher is the amount that's inside there. So what you see here, you have the opportunity not only to use the product, but important for me to mention, this is my main focus. My main focus is not the high class, let's call him networker, to make him even more rich. Because to be honest, this is what most really of these systems are based on. Just to make a few more wealthy, to help them to get more money. And we always forget the focus on the masses. Our focus is that everyone in this company earns from Monday to Friday money. Also, the smallest possible user with $100 in the smallest bot should earn from Monday to Friday every single day their money. This is my main focus. And of course, the more you do, yes, the more you can earn. But Not only have the focus on the big ones, focus yourself on the small ones, help them to create a better life, help them maybe in the end to have 100, 200, $300 more a month. They will be totally happy because in the end, they can fulfill their daily needs. And this is what's mostly missing. This is what's mostly missing. We don't speak about luxury. We speak here about really things you need for your daily life, sometimes to survive. And this is my main focus. And the more people you help to gain that, to receive that, the more successful you be. And then you also deserve it. And the last slide of this presentation is, and I mentioned this already, trust and transparency. I told you in the beginning, we have our own broker. Why did we decide to set up our own broker? Because HFT, this technology, gains a lot of profits. And it's not that easy to place it on every single broker outside. Most of them don't even take you from the beginning. And even if they take you after a certain period of time, mostly they ban you. Why? Because you generate too high profits. And when they want to do it properly, like we do it with a book, you need to have liquidity providers in the back. And when you have only one, he says after a while, thank you very much. This is too much. We don't pay this anymore. And to avoid this risk, to avoid to have something included in this business that we don't have really 100% under our control, we decided to set up the own broker. And it's an offshore broker. And we decided really on purpose to go with an offshore broker. I know many of you have now in the back of the head, oh, regulations. Guys, regulations, yes. But for what is a regulation? Regulations is mostly for governments, that the government can completely control what you're doing there. We don't work for governments, we work for our community. We are fully licensed offshore broker with all the same rights, like in every other really completely regulated country. And we have, and this is most important as security, a book brokerage. I told you this already. Even the biggest regulated broker can legally run his business on B-Book and can legally cut it off and leave you there with a total loss. With this license, with the same rights that you have with every other broker, we are international broker and clearinghouse licenses, and we are allowed to do all type of Forex trading deals for our clients, including the trading of CFDs. And on the left and on the right, you saw the two tools we are using to show you 100% transparency. This was part number one. This was the presentation. For this, thank you very much for watching. And now comes what I mentioned in the beginning. We are since 10 weeks now on the market and we are growing. And I'm very, very happy about the time that we passed already. And I'm looking really into a bright future, not for us, for the whole community. And to bring the people more together, to really feel the energy much, much better, we decided to do our first corporate event when on the 26th of October, means right around 2 months from now, where Five Palms Hotel in Dubai. This ticket will cost $49 US, means affordable. Yes, of course, I know you need to come over to Dubai. It's for many people, maybe not really possible, but we would love to welcome you there, to have an amazing day with you there, and just really to feel the energy, to exchange in between each other, to speak with each other, to really, and this is most important, not what's spoken on the stages there. Most important is that you get in touch with other people, or other people from the business, to really, exchange thoughts and speak about. And in the evening, we have by invitation also a yacht party for invited people. With all of this, I will tell you later, but I meant something or mentioned something for people to say now, amazing, I would love to go to Dubai, but I know I can't afford that. Easy, we give you something. We have, and this is not starting today, it will start in the next upcoming days and will run for 30 days then. We have a little competition going. And this competition is divided in 3 different categories. The first category, we give you the entrance ticket, the $49 US for free. What do you need to do for that? You need to put effort. You need to create first line turnovers of $200. Means in your first line, in your direct referrals, from the moment this starts, you need to create within 30 days, at least minimum $200 new deposits, doable for I think everyone. And team turnover, everything that happens under your first line is $1,000. The second category, we not only pay you the events, we also pay you the hotel. So means you stay here on our costs. What do you need to do for that? The first line turnover is 1,500 US dollars, and in the team, 10,000 US dollars. And the last category, we not only pay the hotel and the ticket, we also pay you the flight. And I know my guys now say, oh, amazing, I fly first class. We pay economy. And you want to fly business or first or whatever, you're free to do that. We will give you the amount what's needed for economy there, and the rest is up to you. So what do you need to do there? What do you need to fulfill? Your first line turnover needs to be $2,500, and the team turnover within 30 days, $25,000. And I guess, guys, I have a lot of experienced people in this industry here in this call. I think you have a real big smile on your face because you say, this is for me not really something I can hardly do. This is easy going. And I tell you, everyone who is really fulfilling that wins. It's not that we say after this we make break or something else. No, everyone who will hit these categories will win and will be our guest on our event. And this is the end of the presentation. It was a bit longer than normally, but I wanted to do it on purpose a bit longer to explain you a little bit more. I hope you got what we want to do here. I hope, and I know that I have an amazing existing community at the moment. One thing I forgot. This turnover, I see a lot of smiles on the faces. They're coming from the weakest legs, my friends. I see Bruno, for example, he's smiling already. We don't speak about the power leg, the strong leg, from the weaker legs, my friend. And sometimes also, this is the blonde hair. Sometimes I forget things because I'm so excited. No, guys, let me end this call how I began it. I need to say thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to what you did in the last couple of weeks. And we're just in the beginning. You can provide the best technology, you can provide the best company. Without you guys, it would be worth nothing. We are a team, we work together, we really do this thing together. And I'm so proud to have an amazing community like you. And I know we have a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to meet not every one of you I know, but most of you in person in Dubai. It's time that we really sit together on tables, speak about the development, speak about what we can do in the future. I'm really looking forward into a bright and long-lasting future with you together. Thank you very much. So now enjoy your Sunday. It's time. Enjoy it with your families. Stay safe, stay healthy. Yesterday, I heard that life can change very fast. Please be aware of your health. That's the most important thing. Joseph, I know you want to talk. Let's keep it there for today, that we don't talk. I had some talks in the last couple of webinars. We don't need this, actually. Thank you very much, guys. You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. And I promise you, not only me, we from corporate side do our very, very best to not stay on this. We don't get lazy to even develop further. This is what you deserve, and this is what you get from us. Thank you very much. Enjoy your Sunday. Stay safe, and see you next time. Bye-bye.